One of our most pressing national challenges is that of housing affordability. Australia is a nation built on home ownership. Owning your own home provides stability for families, creates stronger communities, gives security in retirement. Housing is not just an asset class, it's a social good. But today we are failing a whole generation of younger Australians by denying them the ability to buy their own home. 40 years ago, in my hometown of Sydney, the median house price was about 5 times the average annual salary. Today, that ratio is closer to 12, and it's a picture replicated to varying degrees across Australia. Today's younger Australians have done all that we've asked of them. They've finished school, got a qualification, found a job, are paying taxes, and yet they find no matter how much they earn or how hard they save, home ownership is beyond their grasp. This is a breach of our social compact, and if left unaddressed, we are storing up massive problems for the future. We will undermine social mobility in Australia and entrench inequality. The failure here is overwhelmingly one of supply. Consistently, over 2 decades, we have simply failed to build enough new homes to meet the demands of Australia's growing population, and this problem is especially acute in my home state of New South Wales. There are a myriad of reasons for this: very slow and cumbersome planning, approval and land release processes, too much bureaucracy and regulation which adds to cost and time for projects, and workforce and skills shortages in the construction industry, and at times outright NIMBYism, which privileges the rights of existing property owners over the aspirations of those who do not yet own property. New South Wales managed to build 40,000 homes per year at the end of World War II. Last year, we managed just 32,000 new dwellings. We must do better. We must enable the building of more homes more quickly and more cheaply, or we will fail Australia. The shortage of housing is being exacerbated by high immigration, which is fuelling demand for already limited supply. And until we are able to accelerate the pace of our home building, we need to reduce our immigration intake, or else we will simply place further pressure on our housing market. The challenge of housing affordability is not the only one being faced by the current working generation. They're expected to pay for their own retirement through compulsory superannuation. Many of them carry sizable debt from the studies they undertook to get a job, and increasingly they are being forced to pay, through higher income taxes, the lion's share of our generous social services. This is not an equitable or a sustainable social compact. Australia collects a greater share of tax revenue from personal income tax than almost any other advanced economy. Almost 50 cents in every tax dollar collected comes from personal income tax, roughly double the OECD average. And this unhealthy dependence on income tax receipts is growing worse, spurred on by high inflation and bracket creep. Income tax collection has gone up 23% in a little under 2 years, as inflation pushes people into higher tax brackets. The number of Australians in the top tax bracket has doubled in the past decade, and this shift has been mirrored right down the tax scale. People might be earning a higher nominal income, but high inflation means their purchasing power is actually reduced, and now their taxes have increased.